I know your past history with criminality, but I also know my past history as an actor who does voiceover work. And doing voiceover work, I mean, I like it.
We get it?
It's fine, but it's hard to. There we go. Yes.
Thank you.
That was a pretty good segue. I swear to God, that wasn't bad. That was. Oh, it was okay. It wasn't my best. It was okay. But my past history is doing auditions for voiceover work. It's been frustrating because every now and again you do an audition. Well, I just get auditions for the black animated character. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You're Black Panther?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Oh, I wish. I don't even joke. I wish.
All black actors are. Every single one.
And do you remember, and this is something, and then I'll shut up and let you make your point and jump all over you.
Sure.
Do you remember Denzel doing the Mighty Quinn or whatever that Jamaican? He did a film where he was.
Yes, he was supposed to have a Jamaican accent.
Oh my God!
So bad.
It was the most horrible thing ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Are you saying that there's a chance I have a better Jamaican accent than Denzel Washington?
Anyone would have had.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Well, every teen I read.
All those white people that came up to me and were going, "Hey, I pal," whatever the fuck Jamaican term that I didn't understand, I would have done it better than him.
Now, here's the thing, like, Denzel would have been, auditioning for black characters for cartoons, but you know what? Like the Simpsons have said, you know what, from now on, we're just not going to have white actors play people of color.
Nice.
And here's the thing. First off, you know me, Todd, I love my white people. I love them.
That is where you and I differ.
I know. We're just like fighting about this all the time. So I have no desire to see white people not get work. However, I think that choosing, people who at least are close to the culture of the cartoon character that is being voiced is great. But I'm conflicted about it. So The Simpsons, for those of you who don't know, The Simpsons decided, for those of you who have not been paying attention.
The last 25 years, how many years?
You're pointing at me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pointing at you. The Simpsons has a few people of color on it. Like there's a black doctor who's actually based on Bill Cosby, which is another.
Yes,
and there's
that's true.
And there's a South Asian grocery store owner. And of course there are South Asian grocery store owners. It's not like it's being racist to say that some grocery store owners are South Asian, but the voice and the depiction of it, because it was being done by a white actor, was seen as being offensive. And so
he crossed the line.
Yeah, exactly. And as a matter of fact,
did he cross the line for taking the job at the time, which was no. The writers crossed the line. So it's that it goes back to the writing. So if the writing is cliched and belittling, and then the actor who's getting paid for his performance without writing this shit, he's doing basically the work that the writers have set out to do. So I would put less of it on Hank Azaria and way more of it on the original writers of who.
I would actually take it a step further and make it the production company.
Yes.
And the reason for that is they intentionally kept a small cast. They only had 5 people, most of them doing multiple voices. I think it was only Lisa Simpson is the only solo one who was Yardley Smith. I think she is the only one who's ever just had one role. Everyone else, they've kind of shopped it around. So I get from a production standpoint, it's wrong, but I get from a production standpoint to keep costs down. Hey, Harry, can you, or Hank, can you do a guy from New Delhi? Sure. Okay. Done. Yeah. So I get that from a production standpoint.
Early on.
Early on.
At the beginning of the series when they're not.
Yeah. They might be able to afford another person is what I'm saying.
But at the same time, you've got, most production companies are closed houses, right? Like you work with who you work with, and to all of a sudden change a character's voice that was an extremely popular character among a certain demographic, i.e. the demographic they wanted to nail.
It's
yeah,
risky.
do you do that?
Here's the thing. Like, what I don't want to see is the actors of color. Okay, so you are an Asian actor, so you'll just play the Asian cartoon characters.
Yeah.
I can do a perfect racist British person. What? I got Negroes in the royal family. That was perfect. By the way.
You would have been a great soundbite
God.
artist if
Yeah.
such things even existed.
And
Oh my God.
I could
Yeah.
do this all day long.
I would,
It's
on
sad
this
for sure.
very subject, I would steer everyone to Hari Kamnabolu's documentary, which I believe is called "The Problem with Apu," where he actually takes this this argument down and explains where his issues and it's brilliantly argued. So
that's where it's
watch.
kind of started. It started with that documentary, The Problem with Apu, and then it just bubbled up, and then Hank Azaria was, and I have no problem with Hank Azaria taking the role. If someone had come to me and said, Andrew, could you just play a Japanese person in World War II? I'd be like, just don't tell anybody it's me. Okay.
Can I do the eyes? Let me do the
Yeah,
eyes. Can I do
exactly.
the
Oh my
eyes? No one's
gosh.
gonna see it. No one's gonna see it. I need to
I've
do
got a
the eyes.
mortgage payment to make, man. Like, dude, like this job came in perfectly. So
Right.
I don't judge actors. I don't. Like, it's hard enough to
Well,
get a job.
I judge actors after a certain time period, right? Like, so within the last 7 years, 5 years, where it's kind of like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Scarlett Johansson should not be an Asian woman.
Right.
She shouldn't. There are very talented Asian performers out there. There are talented